Yeah, but be very clear about that. We have really important elections already across England for local councils, very important elections in Wales for the government there, and very important elections in Scotland for the Scottish government. That will affect millions of people, and we're out campaigning on the cost of living, and they're very important elections. We need all of our focus on those elections. Andy Burnham's doing a great job as the Mayor of Manchester, but having an election for the Mayor of Manchester when it's not necessary would divert our resources away from the elections that we must have and that we must fight and win. And resources, whether that's money or people, need to be focused on the elections that we must have, not elections that we don't have to have. And that was the basis of the NEC decision.
The basis of the NEC decision. At the end of the day, and I covered this in one of my previous videos, you have a certain faction of the Labour Party who are behind him, Starmer. Yeah, they'll support him, they'll do whatever. But that only goes so far. You go so far up the benches, you get to a point and they're sick to the back teeth of him, a bit like the majority of the rest of the country. They want him out to be replaced by somebody. The basic problem that Andy Burnham has, or the basic problem that Andy Burnham had, is he's no longer an MP. So he has to correct that situation. So he asked permission of the NEC to be able to stand in that by-election. So what would then happen to the mayor position in Manchester? Look at the mess this has caused over the last couple of days, really, since it's all kicked off. Look at the potential divisions that are being caused within the Labour Party. Look at the questions that have to be answered within the Labour Party. I mean, Andy Burnham, I think, should be nowhere near that top job. I even question whether he should be Mayor of Manchester. I question the mayor position in any town, county or shire in any part of England whatsoever, because it all goes to part of that regionalisation effort that we're all talking about. I question the guy's affiliations. Being a member of the Fabian Society, I'm dead against it. And their rationale, and therefore the Labour Party's by proxy, is against the English Constitution. Neither should exist. So you're replacing bad with worse, in my view. This will cause cracks. This will cause issues, because at the end of the day, you've got the little clique that supports Starmer, and he's probably got fingers in the old NEC pie, let's face it. Yeah, I don't want this geezer standing for MP, so let's stop that from happening. And then you've got the faction that want him gone, the pro-Burnhams. So I don't think this is going to go away by any stretch of the imagination. I really don't.
A lot of your MPs are really upset with you. They think it's cowardly. They think you're running scared because you're worried about a leadership challenge. Can you just address them and tell them your answer to that charge?
Millions of people will be better off if we have the continuation of a Labour government in Wales, and if we're able to win the government in Scotland and retain and win councils across England. That's really important. I think we're all united on that. The question is, how do we keep our focus there? And if we won't otherwise go to Wales and Scotland and the elections that we do have. And I think for the party, they know that for millions of people, we have the opportunity to improve their lives in these elections, and we all need to be focused on that.
But it's not.
Well, it's bullshit, absolute bullshit. At the end of the day, we have a constitutional right to elections. We should have those elections. They shouldn't be cancelled. And on the same token, we've had talk of this as well. And it's down to the people to decide. At the end of the day, Andy Burnham should not be in a position where he can get anywhere near Parliament. And any by-election he stands in, or was to stand in the event he's not going to now, people should see it for what it is and prevent it from happening. they shouldn't allow that man to win a seat. This is all power play. Now, he's about to collapse halfway through this interview because he's going to get drilled down on. Listen to this.
Not just about that. Please level with them, because it's not just about that. It's also about the political drama that this is causing around a potential leadership challenge, isn't it? Let's just have it out and answer that question, please.
Let's just have it out. I love it. She's some kind of street Doris, isn't she?
Well, the rule that we introduced in relation to these situations was introduced by the Labour Party 2 years ago. We introduced a rule which said that if you already hold a post, an elected post, then you need permission to fight, let's say, a parliamentary election. That's nothing to do with this set of circumstances. Andy Burnham's doing a really great job. I've actually, when I came into politics...
Right, stop you right there before he blows smoke up Andy Burnham's arse. Did you hear what he said? The NEC introduced a rule a couple of years ago that if you hold a post, then you need to ask permission of the NEC to go and stand in an election to get your ass back in the House of Commons. So if he really wants to be an MP that much by proxy Prime Minister, why doesn't he resign as Mayor of Manchester? There's an idea. Well, I think there's a bit more going on, isn't there, really, for this conversation to even be taking place. Now, this is, as I say, going to cause ructions. It will. And I don't think it's going to end well for the Labour Party, whichever way you look at it. And people, again, need to educate themselves as to what's going on. They really, really do.
In 2015, the first thing I did was support Andy Burnham's leadership campaign. First team I worked in was for Andy Burnham. And in the job he's doing now, he and I work closely together. Last year, in sad circumstances, we had to respond together to the attack in a synagogue in Manchester, standing side by side, reassuring the community. This year...
You weren't reassuring anybody. You turned up for a quick photo op and fucked off. You know, this doesn't impress anybody at all. Absolute balls. You're just trying to justify your position again and failing.
With the Northern Powerhouse Rail, we're working together to deliver something that matters to Andy Burnham, to the region, to millions of people. And so there's no question of me and Andy not working very well together. He's doing an excellent job. The question the NEC had to address was whether we should take the focus away, which it would have done, from the elections in Wales, in Scotland, and the elections we must have, by introducing an election which we don't have to have. And 2 years ago, the Labour Party changed the rules to say the presumption is really against doing that because we need to fight where we must fight. Yeah, but...
Did you see how much he wobbled right in the middle of that interview there? How much he was like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, shit, what am I going to say now? It really did stick out. Like the proverbial sore thumb. Didn't know what to say to her and just wobbled. He knows his goose is cooked. That much is very clear. And it's, you know, this doesn't take away from elections. This doesn't take away from it. At the end of the day, it's the public that's supposed to decide who goes in there. You're elected, not selected. That's the whole thing. Let's have a look at the rest of that tweet and see exactly what is being said here. So we need all our focus on the elections. We must have not elections we don't have to have. Well, what you're saying is you don't want an election which is going to bring your leadership into jeopardy. Keir Starmer defends a decision to block Andy Burnham, saying party resources must stay focused on council elections in England and government elections in Wales and Scotland. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of these elections, you're asking people to, if they want to delay them. That's the thing. I mean, have a look, right? Some of this. Daria B. Starmer is a hypocrite. Anti-British, anti-democracy, continually defends the indefensible. We see how much he hates everything this country stands for. A list of world leaders who cancelled or postponed elections. That one's doing the rounds. Yeah, same again. Anything else? Where are media going to just cut the interview off when politicians have been asked a question twice but choose not to answer. Well, it's something that's been going on for years and years, isn't it? Well, he can't say that. He's cancelled a load of them. And it's all the same stuff. People just aren't freaking stupid anymore. We see what's going on. Never heard so much hypocritical drivelling all my life. This is the thing. People know what is going on. And it ain't going to change. The only way it'll change is through people changing it. Simple. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, share my stuff. I'll talk to you soon. Toodaloo.